So for a little more than a week now, I've been wrestling with this question, and today I'm hoping that you can help me answer it. Okay, yeah, we're still locked out. No deal between the Major League Baseball Players Association and the Major League Baseball owners. So there's virtually nothing going on in Major League Baseball right now. Buckle up, because it's about to be an interesting next month or two. However, we still have things to talk about on Bold and Braves. I'm your host, Chris Vanell, and today should be a good one. But first, let me tell you about our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the simplest, easiest fantasy sports game on the market. Basically, how it works is you go ahead and on a daily basis, you can pick up to 2 to 5 players and win up to 10 times the amount that you put in. And for this time, if you use the code ASU, as in Atlanta Sports Unlimited, our channel, ASU, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100, 100%. So you put in $100, use that code, they will give you $100. They'll match it. So basically what they're saying is they want you to be winners. And there's a lot of that going on in Georgia recently. Georgia sports fans are a really lucky group right now. Or maybe not lucky, maybe that's not the right word. Maybe it's more like happy or fortunate. Just in the last couple of months, the Braves have won the World Series, their first time in decades. And the Georgia Bulldogs just won their first college national football championship game in decades. That was just last week. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't alive for either of those, but I know some of you were alive for that 1980 Georgia win. And I know more of you were alive for the 95 Braves and their World Series win. So I've been kind of reflecting and thinking about this, and I need your help. After all these years of waiting since then for another national championship to come along, another World Series to come along, which one felt better? Which one made you more emotional? Which one was more significant? Are they equal? Or did one feel better than the other, the Braves win or Georgia's win? They certainly came in similar ways in some aspects. You had the Braves, who they just couldn't beat the Dodgers. Couldn't beat them. 2 of the last 3 years before this past season, they had been eliminated from the postseason by the Dodgers, and that includes 2020 when the Dodgers in 7 games beat the Braves to go to the World Series. The Braves were 1 game away from the World Series and couldn't do it. And now this past season, you lose Ronald Acuna Jr., your best position player. You lose Mike Soroka, your best pitcher. And you come up on the playoffs, and once again, the only thing standing between you and a World Series appearance at least, is the Los Angeles Dodgers. And somehow they get it done. They vanquish the demons, they get rid of the bugaboo, they tell the Dodgers, hey, go home. They set them packing, and they go on to win the World Series. And they did it with this hodgepodge of outfielders with a clutch gene for sure. Adam Duvall, Eddie Rosario, Jock Peterson, they were huge. But that's not how you would traditionally draw it up to get a World Series win without your best player, without your best pitcher, and doing it with a bunch of mid-season acquisitions who just so happen to catch fire and boost you into the playoffs. It was a little bit unconventional, but they got the job done anyway, and maybe that added to its appeal. Just maybe. The Bulldogs, same thing. They could not beat big bad Nick Saban and Alabama. In fact, Kirby Smart, in his more than half decade as Georgia's coach, had not beaten Nick Saban and Alabama prior to the national title game. And that includes just a month prior when they matched up in the SEC championship game and Alabama laid the smackdown on the Bulldogs. It was bad. It looked ugly. But then they come back, and once again, it's an unusual cast of characters. It's not the 2021, crazy explosive offense that you see from some of these schools like Ohio State. It wasn't that. It was dominating, old school, hard-nosed, fly-around defense. That's what people are going to remember by. Certainly the offense wasn't slouchy. Stetson Bennett and those running backs, that trio of running backs, did plenty to put points on the board, but you're going to remember that team by its defense. And that's rare in today's day and age. Typically, you remember the offense. But they both got the job done. The Bulldogs and the Braves. And maybe I'm sitting here, maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe this conversation does not matter at all. The question doesn't matter, we should just enjoy both, right? I mean, that's probably the way to go. But it's interesting. And I think it's worthwhile. So let me know.